Hey guys, this is Connor. I just want to make a video about more of the gang stalking stuff. Um, I just want to talk about how I think a lot of them are reptilians and they're Freemasons. I've explained in some of my older videos, not about reptilians, but how they're Freemasons. So you can go watch my older videos. But this is why I think they're reptilians. I was in Peachford Mental Hospital in Georgia, like a year ago, and I went through Revelation chapter 2, the part where it talks about the devil shall cast some of you into prison, and that's in the Bible. And I went through that in Peachford, and it says you will have tribulation 10 days. And I was in there for 8 days, and then I had tribulation 2 more days after that. But I was in the mental hospital for 8 days, and the devil was there. He was a middle-aged white man, but it was the devil that was there. And they gang stalked me so hard in there, it's not even funny. I had people pulling down, like walking around with their pants pulled down so I could see their butt crack. Like, they would do that, and then they'd also walk around. Like, I'll be sitting in the hallway by the rooms, and I'd be reading my Bible, and these people would just walk towards me and then walk back and then walk towards me again and just walk in circles around me while they're looking at me. You know what I mean? Like, the gang stalkers do that type of stuff. And my point is that once I left the mental hospital, they were actually telling me if I don't get a shot for like an Invega shot, which is a medicine, if I don't get the shot, then I might not be able to leave sooner than I want. So they were trying to tell me that. So I first told them no, and then I was like, all right, I'll take the shot. And then I said, you know what? No, I'm not taking the shot. I'll stay here longer if I have to. But they ended up letting me leave that day, so that was a miracle. But when I was in the waiting room, one of the gang stalkers that gang stalked me in the hospital, this guy had a pentagram tattoo on his arm. He had a bunch of tattoos, but he had a pentagram tattoo on his arm. And when I was sitting in the waiting room, that same dude was in there. He was leaving the same time I was. And when he was sitting in there, he had his dad in there, and his dad was sitting across from him, and I was sitting in like the middle of them. But I wasn't sitting right next to him. I was sitting in, it was like a bunch of chairs, but I was like in the middle towards the back a little bit. But to my left, I could see his dad, and his dad had the grayest eyes I've ever seen in my life. Like the most dark gray eyes I've ever seen. And it was weird because he kept shifting around in his seat. And I was like, why is this dude so sketchy? Like, what is wrong with this dude? I think it's because he's trying to hide the fact that he's a reptilian. Another time when I was in a different mental hospital, I went outside to get in the van where they take us to a different building. And before I got in the van, there was a cop car there. And this cop was just in his car looking at his phone. And I could see through the windshield the color of his eyes, and they were really dark gray. I'm like, why did these people have such dark gray eyes? And also, another time when my mom called the ambulance on me because I told them that I had an RFID chip in my hand and I was going to cut my hand off, but I didn't cut my hand off. They put me in the ambulance, and the ambulance workers also had really dark gray eyes. I think a lot of these people are just reptilian Freemasons, like demons that are stalking you. That is what's going on. But I just wanted to mention that because I didn't know for a fact if reptilians were real or not, but I'm pretty sure they are after what I've seen. And you know, it's weird too, when I'd be reading my Bible, a lot of them would be like the ones that had dark gray eyes, and even my mom's neighbor that came with us, they would be like, oh, can you read me some of it? Can you read me some of it? And I'm like, no, I'm going to keep it private. That's what I want to do. I'm just going to read it to myself. They'd be like, okay. But they all ask the same question. Oh, can you read some of it to me? It's like, why are they asking that? That's a little weird. I don't think they are followers. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to get something. I don't know what they're trying to get, but they kept asking me, can you read me some of the Bible? I'm like, no, I'm going to keep it private. But I just wanted to mention that. Also in mental hospitals, I have been drugged and like I think raped one time in my sleep. I had one time when I was in Peachford, I was in there, and I remember being really dazed off and standing up, and this guy like leaned in to kiss me, and that's all I remember. But the next day I told him, "You're a wicked man and you need to repent," because I remembered like that one little part of when he drugged me. I could remember seeing him kiss me. It was disgusting. This was like a middle-aged white man. He ended up getting popped in the eye the next day, so karma hit him really hard for what he did to me. He got popped really hard in the eye. Like, his eye was shut for a whole day. You know, he could only open one eye because somebody punched him in the eye, because he wouldn't stop yelling in the hospital, and they punched him in the face. But I just want to mention that. Do not, if you can, please, please, please avoid mental hospitals at all costs if you're a targeted individual, because they will drug you in there. They might rape you, because I'm pretty sure they raped me one time while I was drugged. You're in there with a bunch of Freemasons. What do you think they're going to do? You know what I'm saying? If you're a targeted individual and you're in a mental hospital, they will take advantage of you. So I just want to let you know, don't go to mental hospitals. They're not going to help you. Even one time when I tried filling out a form, like for why I think somebody raped me, I heard the nurses through the air vents. The air vents were open in the other room. They were behind a glass window, but I could hear them. They were laughing at the fact that I was writing down an application for someone that raped me. So these nurses don't give a damn about you. They don't care for targeted individuals. They're gonna act like you're just going crazy and you're schizophrenic. So don't go to a mental hospital. They're not gonna believe you. So that's all I got to say. Peace.